think that we had a representative from Thorpe Energy Services who was here as well. And while they're not on the program, I think it would be appropriate to at least recognize them and see if you would like to just make a brief remark. Would you care to?
Our CFO is going to make a brief remark.
Well, come on up, CFO. Madam CFO. What's your name?
Dawn Thorpe.
Don Thorpe. All right. I guess it keeps in the family, right?
Yeah. Well, I am truly honored to be speaking with among all the guests that have spoken tonight. And I really appreciate the invitation. So thank you again for inviting us here and allowing us to sponsor. For those who don't know, Thorpe Energy Services is a minority-owned and certified energy efficiency company headquartered out of Indianapolis, Indiana. We provide energy efficiency program design, implementation, and delivery implementation. And we work, although we're headquartered in Indianapolis, Indiana, where we have offices throughout the country, Charlotte, Philly, Miami, and we again do work throughout the country. But we started in this industry decades ago in the whole house industry, where we did construction facility management, and we moved into energy efficiency program design and development because we saw the need and how important it was for not only for us to make it important or understand how important it was for us to reduce our carbon footprint, but we wanted to help others do the same. So we worked with the agencies throughout the country, and we've got our employees certified through different programs like the one that we're supporting tonight. And if it hadn't been for that program, we probably wouldn't be where we are today. So we've worked with, I also want to mention that because of how we feel about training and making sure that our employees, our certified energy managers, our auditors, our raters are all trained, our CEO started a company called the Standard Training Institute. And we partner with nonprofits and organizations like STEM for us to provide training within this energy field. So we offer BPI training as well as HERS training. We also have a green recycling curriculum that we started and we've worked with in Charlotte with the reentry citizens. So we help them to get back to work in the society, and they're able to work in this industry and are able to get jobs that were the path. Sorry, I was really nervous. It allows our reentry citizens to earn a living within a thriving industry that offers growth potential and allows the employees to have pride in knowing that they're helping the future generations. So again, I just want to thank you for allowing us speak tonight and be a part of this this meeting tonight. And thank you again.
I think it was really important that we recognize what she said in terms of the reentry component. Because oftentimes, members of our community, for whatever reason, are, finding themselves caught up in the criminal justice system. In fact, I don't know if many of you all listen to WAMU or NPR, but just this weekend, there was a report on the numbers of people who were arrested. Thousands of them were arrested and charged with the assaulting a police officer offense. I'm not sure if any of you all heard that outstanding piece of investigative journalism by Patrick Madden of WAMU. But that was an example of how, again, people who for example, there's one case, there was a gentleman whose wife who was pregnant, was stopped. So she didn't have a driver's license, was suspended at the time that she was stopped. She was pregnant. And the police officer was beginning to, basically question her in a way that was in the eye of the father, or the soon-to-be father, harmful to his, to his wife and his child. So he merely got out the car to kind of help, his wife to engage in the conversation with the police officer, and immediately upon his merely just getting out of the car, exiting the car, he was arrested with assaulting a police officer. Another example, a man was asking he was leaving a victory celebration. He had just gotten a job, so he was going to his grandmom's house, and some police officers were following him. And the police officers noticed that he was looking over his shoulder at the police officers that were behind him. So then he got out the car to go into his grandmother's house, and before he could step foot into the grandmother's house, he was arrested. And they asked, well, again, in the affidavit, well, why was this person, again, arrested? And it was said that he was, again, in an area that was suspicious, and he was glancing over his shoulders. And so, therefore, they thought that was probable cause to arrest him and charge him. And so when he asked, well, why am I being arrested? He was charged with assaulting a police officer. So again, these are the types of things that happen in our country, and not just in our country, but here in the District of Columbia. And it was, again, it happened to the magnitude of 1,000 per year were being charged with assaulting a police officer. 90% of them were African Americans. So again, when the sister talks about people who have had, really a run-in with the law and who need jobs, right? Oftentimes, or at least in some cases, as we just talked about, these are people who really got the short end of the stick as it relates to the criminal justice system. And so we need for people who are in those positions in particular to be placed on a pathway so they can begin to provide for themselves and their families.